I just got a penny board yesterday and I'm really struggling to use it and have almost died like 5 times, but it's all good. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you saw my last video. My name is Richa. I am currently a gap year student who is starting at the University of Pennsylvania in the fall of 2021. Sorry I'm so awkward on camera still. I am working on it, but yeah, so I'll be sharing with you some of my stats that got me into UPenn, WashU, uchicago, Vanderbilt, Berkeley, UCLA, a couple others, but I also got rejected to a lot of schools, so keep that in mind. Sorry I'm such a mess. I was actually I woke up like 20 minutes ago and started editing the footage and realized that it totally got cut off because I just suck, I guess. But what I was trying to say is that I first and foremost apologize that this video has taken a couple of weeks to film and upload. I've just been in a really crappy headspace the last couple of weeks, so I just wanted to emphasize that whatever you guys are going through, I know life can be so tough right now. You can absolutely 100% get through it. Your feelings are so valid, and whatever struggles you're facing, I know you can overcome them. I am always here for you if you ever need anything, a friend to talk to, advice regarding college, or just life in general. You are not alone. You are so strong and so amazing, and there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel. So please just believe in yourself, be kind to yourself, and push through. And then also, I wanted to emphasize that like when I was feeling so down these past couple of weeks, your kind and amazing comments and all the love you guys left me on my last video literally just like blew me away. I know 100 subscribers isn't a lot, but just the fact that even one person would subscribe to me, like my channel, just blew me away. I just felt so much love, and then some people reached out to me on Instagram, congratulating me, asking for help, whatever it may be, and I even set up a few Zoom calls with people asking for advice, and so just being able to have that super cool opportunity to really help you guys just means the world to me. I'm so grateful, and I really just appreciate all the support. You guys literally were so nice. I'm speechless. I don't know, but I'm super excited to start posting more consistently and see my channel grow even more. So I just really wanted to thank you guys. Sorry I talk so much, but I also just wanted to preface the whole like stats part of this video, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times, just by saying that stats are by no means everything or even half of what goes into this whole process. While it is important to get like semi-competitive stats to get your foot in the door at these really top schools, your extracurriculars and character, if they're really strong, can definitely outweigh a lack of like super excellent scores. And especially now with COVID, a lot of schools are going test optional and are being more lenient and understanding about all of these things in your situation, your circumstances. So it's even more of a reason not to stress. But yeah, it's definitely a very holistic process, and they look at your whole application. So I definitely advise you to spend more time on like your extracurriculars or your essays rather than spending like 20 million hours trying to get your score up by like 20 points, because it's just not going to make that big of a difference at the end of the day. And some people just aren't good test takers, and that's okay. It'll all work out. Please don't limit yourself or stop yourself from applying to your dream school or wherever it may be just because you think that your stats aren't high enough, because you do miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So you might as well try. People with really low stats get into all of these schools. People with really high stats get rejected from these schools, and there are just so many insanely qualified applicants, which I'm sure all of you are, applying for such a few spots. So at the end of the day, even if you don't get in, like that's perfectly okay too. There's just not enough spots, and it's not at all a reflection of you or your worth or your potential, and you are going to end up where you are meant to be. You only have yourself at the end of the day, and all you can do is try your best and shoot your shot. And yeah, so please don't be too hard on yourself and constantly compare yourself to other people and be super overcritical and scrutinize every little thing. I know it's super hard not to be, but it's really important for you to also really take care of yourself during these really stressful times, and just give it your best. I think confidence can go a long way. So yeah, you guys got this. You're so amazing. So I have no doubt. But anyways, okay, now on to what you guys actually came here for, my stats. I'm gonna start with all my College Board stuff first. So on my SAT, I took it twice. In the fall of my junior year, I got a 1480, and then the spring of my junior year, I got a 1550, which is the score that I submitted. 760 on reading, and then 790 on math. And then I got a 22 on the essay, and then I did not take any like SAT prep courses or anything like that. I just used Khan Academy and took some practice tests, and I found that was really beneficial for me. And then on the PSAT, I think that's also your junior year, right? I got a 1490, and so that did qualify me to be a national merit finalist. So that was exciting. I was like literally on the cutoff score, so like I barely made it, but I made it nonetheless. And then on the subject tests, these are like optional or vary based on schools. Some schools recommend it, or others, I don't know how that works. But I took the math 2 test. I believe I got a 770 the first time, and then I really wanted an 800, and then I took it again and got a 790, and I was gonna take it again to get the 800, but I mean, it's fine. And then I also took the bio subject test and got a 740 on it, but I don't think I submitted that one. And then I took the ACT once just to feel it out and see if I like the ACT or the SAT better. I got a 33 on the ACT, but it was just way too fast for me, and like I couldn't finish any of the sections, so I didn't vibe with it. So I just went for the SAT, so I just submitted my SAT score. And then AP classes, I took a total of 12 APs. So my sophomore year, I took AP Bio and then AP Environmental Science, and I was just like on top of my game. Sophomore year, honestly, was probably when I peaked in high school. But I did end up getting a 5 on both of those. And then junior year, I took US History, Spanish, Language and Composition, Computer Science Principles, and then Calc BC. And then I got a 5 on APUSH, Computer Science Principles, and Calc BC. And then I got a 4 on Language and Composition and Spanish, which I'm so bummed about. Literally, Spanish was my favorite class, and I loved speaking Spanish, and like I still do, but I really wanted to get a 5, and I got a 4, and I'm just so disappointed in myself. Like, obviously it's totally fine, like a 4 is good, but so yeah. And then senior year, by the way, my school doesn't allow us to take, or didn't allow us to take APs as a freshman, so that's why I didn't. And then senior year, I took AP Micro, Macro, Stats, Psych, Literature, and CSA, Computer Science. And then as far as math, since I took Calc BC my junior year, I took college level math classes at my community college that was across the street from my high school. So math 6 and then math 17. I don't know what those like correlate to, but yeah, so obviously I didn't have these scores by the time I applied to colleges. So I didn't submit I didn't have any scores to submit, but I only ended up taking like half of them. I got a 5 on micro, a 4 on macro, and then a 4 on lit. So yeah. And then, so that's all of my College Board stuff. By the way, I absolutely despise the College Board with everything within me. So if anybody wants to rant about the College Board, I am always down. So yeah. Anyways, as far as my GPA, by the time I graduated with like a 4.7 something, but when I was applying, before I had my senior year grades, I had a 4.4 out of 4.0. So that's the GPA that my counselor submitted and I submitted onto my Common App, and then a 4.0 unweighted. And so everybody at my school who gets all A's is deemed like valedictorian status. So I guess I was a valedictorian, and then my class rank was 9 out of 600. So I was like in the top however many percent. And then the next thing that it asks you on the Common App is like your academic honors, and it asks you to put 5. So for my first one, I put national merit, like semi-finalist, because I was a semi-finalist at that time. And then, sorry I keep looking down, I'm referencing my like comment, I took some notes. So for my second thing, I did like the journalism aspect of mock trial in high school for 1 year, and so I competed at the state level and got an award, so like a state level mock trial journalism award. And then the third one was AP Scholar with distinction, 4th NHS National Honor Society, and then 5th I clumped a few together because they were all just like in the same category, I guess. So I got CSF, which is the California Scholarship Federation Scholar Athlete Award for scholars who are also athletes, I guess, I don't know. And then valedictorian, which just means that I got all A's throughout high school. And then as far as extracurriculars, I feel like I'm missing some, but more or less, like, I was pretty involved in tennis throughout high school. I was on the varsity tennis team, and then we were both district and regional champions throughout my time there. And then one of my friends put together like a tennis racket drive where we collected a bunch of tennis rackets and then donated them to more underprivileged schools. And so I helped her with that, and I talked about that a little bit. Second is the UCSF biomedical internship. So it's the University of California, San Francisco. We have a local branch here in Fresno, which is where I'm from. And so they have an annual summer internship, and through that I was able to conduct cancer research at my local university throughout the summer, which was a really cool experience. And then I actually like compiled a research paper at the end of it, and we were going to publish and like present at various conferences and stuff, but due to COVID, our labs shut down. So fun! And then I also put the service trips that I do in India. My family goes to India quite often because I am indeed Indian and my family is from India. So when we go there, I often tutor in the orphanages, like English as a second language. And that's actually what I wrote my Common App about. But yeah, so that was that has been a very meaningful experience to me throughout my high school career. I also was the founder and president of an environmental club at school, which didn't really take off because I guess it kind of like died down after like a year or two. But while it was active, we hosted a couple of like meetings and events just like to raise awareness and things like that. I was also involved in Science Olympiad throughout my 4 years in high school. I never competed at the state or national level or anything, but at the regional level I did win various awards, so that was just something to add. And then I was a volunteer at my local hospital, and then ultimately the volunteer board president for my final year in high school, so that was really cool. And then I was starting to run out, I think, on my Common App. I'm looking at it right now, so I just like wrote whatever, but I put tutoring, which is something that I still do and love to do. I think tutoring has been a big part of my life for as long as I can remember in high school. I tutor at my school. We have like, I forgot what it's called, the transition team, so just like struggling students. I volunteer there all the time and help students there, but then also in India, as I mentioned, and just on a voluntary and paid basis throughout my community. Like I help various students. And then I put Bollywood dance, which I do like an annual Bollywood dance thing. I was like running out of things to write. And then rock climbing, I started my junior year of high school, I believe. But yeah, I definitely want to emphasize, I know that like for some people it can seem as though that there are so many spots to fill for your extracurriculars. It's okay if you don't have anything to write for all of them. Quality is so much more important than quantity, and while you may feel pressure to fill them all up with like super meaningful sports, I think colleges would much rather see you really dedicate yourself to things that you actually care about and put a lot of time into, as opposed to just like spreading yourself thin over like 20 different activities and not really committing yourself to any of them. So yeah, those are my stats. I hope they were like helpful or informative or whatever in any capacity, or that you at least like enjoyed hearing about them. I don't really know, but they got me rejected from a few schools, got me into a few schools, so take it as you will. I really want to emphasize again that stats are by no means like as important as a lot of times people make them out to be, and I definitely urge you to spend a lot more time on your essays and extracurriculars and letter of recommendations, as opposed to spending like 20 million hours getting your SAT score up by like 20 points, because at the end of the day, that's going to take you a lot further and help you stand out a lot more. So yeah, I know college apps, like the whole process is so stressful, and especially now with all the crappy things going on in the world, I'm sure it's only exacerbated. So it's just so important to really take care of yourself and be kind to yourself, and just don't be too hard on yourself. Cut yourself some slack, be patient, it'll be okay. You're gonna end up where you are meant to be and where you need to be, and you can make the most out of any opportunity. So please just don't put too much pressure on yourself, it'll be okay. My socials are going to be in the description, and my DMs are always open. So if you ever need anything, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah, also comment below if you have any questions, and like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and give me some video recommendations. I am taking a gap year, and I have like a billion different goals for myself right now, from like running a half marathon and doing 10 pull-ups to learning how to play the guitar and get better at coding and just like eating better. I don't know, lots of self-growth. So I think it'd be cool to take you guys on my gap year journey, see my progression through all of that. I'm also working like a full-time job and doing like a part-time internship. So your girl has been staying busy. So it'd be cool to do like a day in my life. I don't know, just like let me know whatever. My waitlist reaction video is next. I apologize for talking so much, but like, okay, I love you, and I will see you hopefully next week. I don't know, but